talking about NCF 2005, that is, previously we learned about what is communication. That is mathematical communication. Here it means writing and reading mathematical expressions, creating mathematical expressions, explaining mathematical ideas in your own words, explaining mathematical procedures, explaining mathematical logic. So these are known as the communication, how you communicate mathematics, right? Next is the connections. Connecting concepts within a mathematical domain for relating addition to multiplication, parts to whole, and what is about the ratio and about the division, and it's about the pattern and symmetry, measurement and space. Then how to measurement and space, how you do connections, making connections with daily life, what you read, how it is connected to daily life, connecting mathematics to different subjects, connecting concepts of different mathematical domains like data, right? Data handling, arithmetic and space, how you connect arithmetic and space, how you're connecting concepts to multiple procedures. So these are all about the connections. Next is the visualization and representation. So how you visualize the mathematics, interprets and reads data in a table, how you interpret the data, how graph also, all will come in the visualization. Graph, table, how you read it, number line, okay, how you read the number line, what is a pictograph, and what is bar graph, what is a linear graphing, quadratic graphing, 2D figures, 3D figures, pictures, making tables, representing number line, pictures, etc. Next comes the expectations of a classroom by teacher. Regularity, proficiency, familiarity, computational ability, learning, readiness, okay, conceptual understanding, then active participation and skills of application. So these are the expectation of a classroom by teacher. So this is what the teacher expects from the children. So children should come regularly, they should be very proficient, and familiarity, then they should be able to calculate, computational means able to calculate, okay, and able to use their learning readiness. They should be ready to do the sum, and then conceptual understanding, and these are the things. Then regularity, regular to school, right, regular to class, regular to assignments, regular to works, regular to activities related to co-curricular areas. Irregular to school, no. Irregular to class, irregular to assignment, this should not happen. Irregular to works, irregular to activities related to co-curricular, etc. Right? What to do? Make friendly atmosphere, okay, and timings which give scope to be regular. It should not be like that, come to school at morning 6 o'clock. Naturally, students will not come. So timing, that should be proper, right? Before giving assignments, take the opinion from students. Just don't give the assignment, whether they are ready to do it, whether the time is enough for them, okay? Approach simple to complex so that it becomes very easy for them to understand. Provide work assignments according to students' environment. So according to, then they will, it is interesting for them to do. Otherwise, if it is not at all related to them, they will not be in a position to do it, and they will not feel happy to do that, right? Encourage them to participate with their will and wish. So according to their will and wish, they should participate. Then only they will do from heart. Next is the proficiency. Can define terms, formats, structures, formula, relations, etc. Can write well with interest. They can write and they can express, they can speak about his ideas. Can't define terms. These are the another one, right? Can define terms is opposite of that, can't define terms. So these are the negative things, and the positive things is all about the structures, formulas, relationship. All this they should be very good at. Then what to do? Language proficiency of children is influenced by a number of factors. How the language develops because of the parents, neighborhood, how they are brought up. Some children may have inhibitions shyness and fear because of that language is not developed. Some children may be suffering from marginal learning problems, that is learning disability like dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, etc. All this will come here. Some children may not have the expression. Because of that, they are unable to learn. Special attention and care need to be provided. Continuous encouragement should have been given to children with special needs. Special programs need to be developed to participate them into various school activities. So a special program, for example, learning disability child or some children who really need special attention, that should be taken care of by the teacher. Right? And these special needs children should be taken a proper care, means extra care, right? And they should be encouraging these children. And we can conduct various activities where these children also can be included. Okay, so that they gradually improve themselves. For example, the child who cannot walk, okay, and he sits in the wheelchair only. So therefore, some activity you can conduct where he can sit and he can do that such co-curricular activity. Then he will feel impressed and he will involve in the class. He will okay. Then as teachers should take some initiative to identify which one's innate abilities of children, so that they can design activities accordingly what to do. There are some innate ability of the child. You should try to understand and give activity accordingly. Therefore, the child enjoy and he will do it. Next is a familiarity. What is a familiarity? Familiarity is nothing but can identify terms, structures, formulas. It's a familiarity, and what to do, I think we have done already. The school and classroom should have been decorated in such a way that it should create congenial and learning atmosphere in the mind of the child. School should be designed in such a way that it should create some sort of happiness in the child, and should be the child should feel happy and comfortable. Then only he will learn or she will learn, right? For this, the teachers have to maintain wallpapers, posters. Students' achievements can be somewhere you can show it, and their work can be shown. Before beginning of any topic, an introduction and need of the topic should be provided to students. So if they understand that this is need and it is useful for them, then they will listen the topic very happily. They will understand. Okay, otherwise, no, if it is not useful to them, then it will not make a sense for them to learn. A topic should have been introduced to the students only by providing suitable examples. You can give some examples, then you can give the topic, so it makes sense for the child. Then computational ability, that is can use operators, can deal with fractions, can deal with decimal numbers, can deal with irrational forms and other structures. These are the things you should teach the child, so that he should be familiar with all this. Then opposite of that is can't use operators, etc. Okay, so what to do for this? Students should have been thoroughly exposed to those exercises in which they can learn prerequisite skills before attempting a topic. So if a new topic is taught, before that give some exercise which requires prerequisite for that particular new topic which you are going to teach. So this exercise will, it's a sort of memory. They can recollect from memory and they can connect to the topic which they are going to learn just now. For example, order of operations improves computational skill among the children. Simple linear equations with single variable and various verbal problems can improve operations involved in solving various algebraic equations. For example, if you are going to teach them higher learning equations, they should know about the simple linear equations and single variable, give problem accordingly. Then equations which needs higher order skill can be taught. Then puzzles, pictorial diagrams improve children graphical plane knowledge, right? So can you all this thing can we do? You can do it. Learning readiness, conceptual understanding, active participation, skills of application. So child should be understand concept, what is the concept behind it, and children should be actively participating in the classroom. Then they should know how to apply it. So this is what all about the NCF 2005.